Everyone, everyone, we are here with T3 directing. That's Alessandro Antonaci, Stefano Mandalà, Daniel Lascar, and lead actress Penelope Sangiorgi. Yeah, right? Did I get it?
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Yay! Okay. And they have a new film coming out called Sound of Silence. It's coming to digital on March 9th. It's digital and VOD March 9th. You guys, how are you?
We're great. Thank you. Very excited.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, I'm excited to talk to you. So talk to me. How did Sound of Silence come to be? Tell us about the film.
Sound of Silence is a supernatural horror movie in the veins of The Conjuring and Insidious, and it's actually an haunted object movie about this cursed radio that when you turn it on, vintage song comes out of it, and the radio makes ghosts appear and disappear. And then after you turn the radio on, then any type of sound makes ghosts appear and disappear. So you will have to be super quiet, otherwise they would come and get you. And so I love describing the movie as a quiet place plus lights out. So it's a ghost version of a quiet place and a sound version of lights out. And before making the feature, we made a short in 2020, and after the short was selected at Screamfest, then we realized that it was effective. And so we decided to turn it into a feature. Yeah.
So let's talk about that really quick, because you mentioned that you did a quick short. Excuse me. You did a quick short, and it screened at Screamfest. What was the response to the short, and how did you know? Okay, wait a minute, we have something.
Sadly, that was the only Screamfest event that we could not yes, we couldn't be there because it was 2020 and it was COVID restrictions, and we were here in Italy, so we couldn't see the reactions. Sure. And that was the first time, because we were at Screamfest even in 2018 with a movie, and then in 2019 with a short. And in 2019 we had amazing reactions, so I was so sad that I couldn't get the reactions for Sound of Silence, because I'm hoping that it got. I think it has the potential to have some good reactions with the ghost appearing and disappearing. But I did not see it, so I'm not sure. But we could get some other reactions from other people from here, and we sensed that it was very scary and very simple, but at the same time very creepy and scary. So that's why we picked this concept among others, because it was very effective and very commercial on one side, but on the other side, it was also one of the easier ones to execute, and since it was going to be a low budget, we knew that it was there was a very effective low budget version of this movie, and it was effective enough for us as a first English movie by T3. So that's why we decided to make this. But yeah, I wish I got those reactions.
Well, you're gonna get one bigger, on the 9th. So there you go. Why did you choose a radio as the haunted object?
I gotta say, the concept was not about the radio. Initially, it was just about sound on and off. And then
I bought it.
Yes, it was kind of random, actually, because we were getting ready to make this short, and he loves all the stuff, antiques and vintage things. And one day he came to the studio with this, a couple of old radios, and I saw this radio, and I thought, wow, we could use this for the short. And
because I'm the set designer.
Yeah, yes, he loves doing
and he builds things.
So I said, oh my God, if we make the scene about the radio and we have like a ghost from the past, it'd be very fun, and that's why it became about the radio. And then when we were writing the story, we kept the radio, of course, and we created the mythology behind the radio, and that's when we were very glad that we could make this movie not only a movie, a very commercial fun ride of scares, but we could also make the movie somehow more meaningful. and deal with, you know, very important themes like, you know, the women abuse, the women empowerment, and so creating the mythology and the flashback from the past, it felt like it was just so like we never forced those themes into the movie, but those just were very natural, like just
really,
you know, fit
organically.
naturally.
Mhm.
And that's why we were very glad that we could tell this story and still keep it very commercial but also meaningful.
Yeah. So Penelope, how did you get involved in the film?
Well, I have to thank my co-star Rocco Marazzita, because these guys have worked together in 2018 on the movie You Die, the first movie that went to Screamfest. And Rocco and I were attending an acting course in Rome with an American director, because we both have this American dream, and they were looking for someone, and so Rocco sent my details to them, and I auditioned, and here we are.
Well, when you read the script, I mean, aside from just, you know, looking for work, but like, what is it about the script that made you go like, okay, I want to play the part of Emma. I'm really interested in this.
I'll be very honest, I did not have much of a horror culture before getting to shoot this movie. But I felt like so many times you can come across overcomplicated characters, and this one I just liked, as my first experience, the fact that it had an objective. It was linear, it was simple, and it had this beautiful metaphor across it of the lead character finding her voice by helping other women finding their own voice, kind of. I don't want to give too much away, but
Right.
that was really interesting.
It's so funny to me to speak to, I mean, obviously the gentlemen at T3 are into horror because that's what they've been doing, but you say you really weren't into horror, and it just, I find it so fascinating that actors sometimes are just not into the genre and then they get pulled into it. So
yes, and I think because we go into that without knowing what it actually is, and sometimes when you grow up, you know, your parents tell you not to watch horror movies because they don't want you to wet the bed at night and stuff like that. So you approach it from the wrong perspective. But then I've barely scrapped the surface with the horror movies that I'm watching now, but it is just a different kind of fear. It's not the type that you bring with you into bed. It actually, when a horror movie is really well made, you're engrossed in the story. You're like, this is so creepy, this is messed up, but I love it. I couldn't stop watching Midsummer, but I was like, I have to know what happens in the end.
so yeah, so man, Midsummer, oh, wow, so you went straight for the good stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you get Hereditary yet or no?
It's top of my list. We were talking about it yesterday. It's because I have a friend, I don't know if you may have heard of him. He's a DM for Three Black Halflings, which is a big D&D podcast, and he's a movie enthusiast. He has talked me through Hereditary. He said, absolutely, you have to watch it.
No,
This movie.
It's a masterpiece.
Right.
I like it more than Midsummer, but that's just, I mean, there are always great films. But
that's what he said as well. So I'm getting
yeah,
ready.
but it's
and I love
just
Tony
amazing.
Collette.
It's almost as good as Sound of Silence. Now,
I don't know. Thank you.
So let's talk about Emma. Like, well, we already talked about Emma, and she finds some definite like empowering moments that we don't want to get into because, you know, but working together with, okay, T3, you guys really seem like synced up. How how did you guys come to work together, and what was that all about?
We met, I think, like 8 years ago,
Yeah.
and we started working together on smaller things, and then we made our first experience, Italian horror, very low budget feature in 2018, and then after that was selected at Screamfest. We came to LA, we went to LA for the first time, and then we created the T3 machine, and we started building the vision for T3. So we started making shorts, and then we decided that we wanted to make our first English movie, and that's why we're here with Sound of Silence. And we know that it's very, like, we're kind of unique with this trio situation, and like everyone is asking us, how do we survive, how do we make it happen, how do we
Without
pull it
killing
off?
each other.
Yeah, it's like, how do you handle your egos and stuff like that? And actually, I gotta say, for us, it's not about us, it's not about our egos, but it's very simply, like, it's about the movie, the project that we want to make. So even when we write together, it's always about making the best choices for the project, and it's never about making the choices that we love the most. Like, so, and even if we don't agree on something, we trust each other now. Of course, it took some time to get here, but now we do trust each other on our choices. So we really managed to bring together 3 different brains and just build a bigger brain and so, with a better life experience, bigger life experience, and bigger
Different
point of view.
tastes.
So it just gets easier, and so I believe we managed to make better things, and then it also helps that we split on set. So everyone does his job. Like, I do the camera work, the cinematography, the editing, all these technical things. Like, he does set designing, writing, and
Build stuff, location.
and production, and he cooks for everyone, and it's
very well.
It's very helpful in our very low budgets. Yes, very low budget set.
What's the specialty? What's the most requested dish on set?
I don't know, maybe the couscous.
Couscous.
It's difficult because there is vegetarians.
We have to.
We have a lot of vegan people, so
yes,
we have to cook for everybody. Yeah,
for everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so are you?
I work with actors. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I talk with them.
Yeah.
So wait, are you vegetarian or no?
No,
I'm not.
No.
Okay,
None
but you have to. Okay, got you.
Yeah, for everybody else.
Yes.
I got you.
We have a little team.
We have a team,
Wonderful,
an
amazing team
that helps us, and and we need to let them eat what they want. So
well, absolutely.
Going to be
because it's a low budget,
Listen, hey, you're gonna eat it and like it.
Yeah.
So like you kind of touched on something I was going to ask about, like, as far as what each one of you does. It seems like you you guys direct together, but all of you guys do so much on the set.
Exactly. That's another reason why it's really good, because since we have to do many things, the 3 of us, of course, because it's a low budget and we have a very small team. The fact that it's 3 of us, it's definitely helpful, because we managed to do more, and we managed to do things better, and especially in this last movie, we really got to because the more time passes and the better we get, of course, even the process gets better every time, like, keeps getting better. So even in like this last movie, this first like feature experience as T3, like, it was very effective. Like, I could focus on my thing, he could focus on his thing, he could focus on his thing, and it was like, for the first time, because it was a long shoot, it was like 20 days, so it was like we tested it for a longer time than like what happens in a short. We made sure that it's really working. It's like, it was really effective, and yes, being able to focus on our thing is definitely it does allow us to try to do the best, and to try to do good, and like I said, we do so many things, like, so it's the only way it's the only way. But I have to say, we have to say that the team that we have, they're amazing. And all of us, like, the approach is that everyone does his own thing, but they are always ready to do
Everybody
it, to do more.
care
You know,
about,
they are ready to even, you know, help everybody else if it's, you know, if it's needed.
No.
So it's the only way of making a movie like this with such a low budget, and so it's the same for us, for the three of us. We are ready to help each other, but we focus on our thing.
Well, it sounds like a very supportive environment, but
Yeah.
also, you know, a very flexible one.
Yeah.
Penelope, what was it like to work on a set with 3 writer directors running around and handing you food and you know?
Great food.
Yeah.
I mean, as an actor, what was I like?
Oh no.
Oh,
I think we're losing you.
Just
was the
felt
best and worst moment for us?
Wait, where is she? Did she go? Oh,
Where
no.
is she? No, Penny.
Penny, please. Now
She was
everybody
gonna say amazing things about us. I
Oh,
know.
I'm,
that.
Yeah.
you know what? I'm like
pretty
certain.
sure about that. But who knows?
Oh
Who
my
will never
God.
know.
Because that's our, because that's how we love to approach things on set, like having
Being freezed.
no no, it's like we
No,
love building a family
yeah.
environment. We really
Sure.
need everyone to,
It works. It really
that's
works.
the only way, and everyone must care about, must like and care about what they're doing. And I would never, at least, you know, and then maybe in bigger machines things change, but in these smaller machines it's the only way of getting to the end. And
Even
yeah, she's gone.
even
She's gone.
Penelope
Yeah.
paid so much attention to
Yes.
everything, not just her character.
Yeah.
So was really for us amazing see something like that, because
Yeah.
she,
Okay,
gosh,
there she is.
sorry about that.
You're fine. You're fine. But what was it like to work with 3 writer directors?
Honestly, it's like they said, it's just such a support, like you said, it's such a supportive environment. Whenever you need literally anything at all, just a hug or anything like that. Stefano is the quietest of the 3, so you never know where you stand with him, and then out of nowhere he'll come and hug you, and that just can flip your day around. Daniel is just a fantastic director, and Alessandro, he says he's only doing like lighting and cinematography and editing already, but really, like, it feels like he's got his head like working in 1,000 different ways. And everyone else on the crew was just phenomenal because they have really good taste in people. So 10 out of 10 experience.
Would do it again and again. Okay, so I want to ask a question, seeing as how you guys are seasoned horror people and Penelope is just getting familiar with the genre. But let's name off our favorite horror films. So gentlemen, you first.
Okay.
If you had to pick one right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me is The Others
Yeah.
with Nicole Kidman.
Such a good film. Okay.
I have The Ring, The Conjuring 2, and It Follows. Those are
Okay,
my
The
3.
Ring, which one? The original Japanese one or the
The
American?
American one. The American one, 2020. Yes, 2002.
Okay, and what about you?
But The Ring is
For me, of course, Insidious, Conjuring, but What Lies Beneath, it's something that is here in my heart. Do you know that movie?
That's the Michelle Pfeiffer Harrison Ford one, is it?
Yes,
Yes.
and there's
Yeah.
on Ford. Yes.
Yeah.
This was an
I honestly
experiment
haven't
for me.
seen
It
it,
was
so-
amazing. No, you have to.
Then
It's
you know what? I've
classic.
got my homework.
Yes, and
No.
it's a wonderful work. It's a wonderful work.
Excellent, excellent. And okay, so Penelope, what about you so far?
Well, again, a very small reference. And I don't know if it actually qualifies as horror, but like it kept me there for the whole time. I don't think it is a horror, but Parasite was the type of
Oh yeah.
thriller that had like just one jump scare that really got me. It was like the person underneath the stairs, and that was my level of horror at the beginning of this process. But now we're getting further into it. Midsummer, I have to say, like, what wipes everything away in terms of the genre. But again, I got Hereditary and the Pearl trilogy lined up for me to binge watch.
Yeah,
and I'm sure I'll be I'll have something new to tell next time.
And you're gonna find some stinkers too, but that's okay. You know, I mean, what's so much fun about the horror genre is how supportive and scrappy we are. It's like, you know, oh, good work, you know, and you know, we find the good in it, despite maybe something not working out. But me personally, my favorite is John Carpenter's Halloween, just the original. That's oh, man.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
you, Penelope,
Did you like the last one? Did you like the last one that they did?
No, I hated it.
Halloween Ends?
I
knew it.
so hard.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
You're
But I love to hear Jamie Lee Curtis talk about her experience on the
she's iconic.
Because I think it was her yeah, absolutely. She was saying really clever, and she came with the script already mapped out in terms of like all the emotional stages throughout the film.
Yeah, she's amazing, she's hilarious, and
she's a smart cookie
and
incredibly talented.
So who knew?
Wow.
Who didn't know that?
Well, she's up for everything everywhere all at once. So so there you go, guys. Well, like I said, Penelope, you have some homework. I've only got a little. And gentlemen, what's next for you? Well, everybody, what's next for you?
We are already working on our next movie, and we just locked the script, and we should be ready to start shooting later this year. It should be May, but I'm not sure yet. We're not sure yet. And it's again a supernatural horror. It's again a ride of like scares. So it's we're trying to make a very commercial movie, but it's also going to be very relatable to most of us, to all of us, I think, because it's you know, it deals with grief and loneliness and depression. So it's going to be like kind of like the Smile movie, so with a very, you know, deep and serious character's journey, you know, of the lead, but at the same time a fun ride of scares and jump scares. So that's gonna be very in the veins of that. And
so
yeah, we're very excited about it.
I can't wait.
I said a feel-good movie.
Yeah.
Penelope, what about you?
I'm sorry, my connection went as you guys were talking.
Okay.
Are you talking about future projects?
Yeah, I'm just saying what's next for you.
I'm looking forward to auditioning for their next movie. And in the meantime, I'm just doing a little bit of the hustling in London, just seeing how it goes, you know, classes, side jobs, anything
the
to
hustle
keep it
never
going.
stops. So
yeah,
you know, gentlemen, maybe she's your Jamie Lee Curtis. Maybe I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
so,
yes. That's that.
So
I told
her
her
on the next one. Let's see this.
I told her.
Absolutely.
So everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm also Stefano.
thank you.
Stefano, right? The one in the
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Like, I'm loving that your shirt says fuck.
Oh no!
Oops.
I'm so sorry.
Oops.
But you know what? It's just
Not
one
good.
fuck. Oh no, there's no.
Oh no.
You can go right. You can go
So many-
wrong. You can go wrong.
So sorry
I kept
about
looking over and I'm like, oh my god.
that.
Oh, God, there was an intention.
It's all good. This is
That's fun.
it's
That's fun.
this is an adult podcast. Anyway, or
Okay.
show anyway. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Please keep
Thank
in
you,
touch.
Norman.
Get
Really.
back to me. I want to talk to you about the next one that comes up and talk to
Yes.
how fun it was to star in it again, Penelope. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much,
Absolutely.
Norman.
All right, guys. Take care. Best of luck.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.